Alright, back in the AI short track series, running the Ministocks, got Bigfoot to my outside. Honestly, I don't know how I qualified pole, because I was hitting the chip for like half the backstretch, which is kind of concerning. I don't know how well these cars will handle, redlining. So it is possible. I'll probably run a very conservative first half, but yeah, should be fun, should be fun. And if you've been keeping up, I did 2 streams this weekend. I don't stream, so might be doing it where either Fridays or Saturday nights. Might be doing some random streams. So make sure you hit the bell icon. That way you can be keeping up with that. Till then, though, we got 50 laps at New Smyrna to finish out the Florida swing. I got this. I was gonna go with that white line there, but I guess Flagman had other ideas. So it didn't seem as though Bigfoot chipped out there. Got very loose. Ooh, hoo hoo. Got knives behind me. That's cool. Think he's about to get a move on Anderson there. Try not to be super racy here at the beginning, but I might not have a choice. I see that I'm already hitting the chip right before I get to the turn there. Probably should have tried using the USA Speedway, the USA setup here, just to see if that would have gave me a better red line anyways. Trying to outdrive Bigfoot here. I'm already chipping it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, isn't good, because that's the last person I really need to take a win in this series. I don't know if I can outbrake him or not. A little bit there. Ooh, hoo, hoo. All over his bumper. Outside pass at Smyrna? Probably not. Probably not, but I can diamond the corner better. Or can I? I did not look at the standings before I started this race. I probably should have. I do know that North Wilkesboro is next on the schedule. And I think South Boston and Southern Motorsports Park. And then I think Slinger. There really can't be many other tracks on the schedule. Slinger's going to be fun. I ran 100 laps of it with most of these AI. I think it was all these AI, and then I added like 3 extra drivers, but we did the 100 lap challenge to get in these cars at Slinger's figure 8. And it was chaos the entire stream. Like, this is, I'm really having to work hard here just to keep up with Bigfoot. It's these 4th gear tracks, though. The 4th gear tracks are where I really don't tend to walk away from them. Oh, the bump and run? Nah, not this time. I also lifted a lot there just to keep myself from turning them. I won't turn them unless I have to. And if I do, it's going to be on the last lap. As we get up to Kelly. I mean, if I did turn Bigfoot, he would probably fall very far back in points, and because I think he is either tied or 1 point ahead of Jester where it stands currently. And I know I've got another driver. I think Kyle is just on the outside of the 5. Either Kyle or Eckert, I can't remember. Fast as loose and on the edge of crashing. It is still very hard for me to turn steering wheel. I've been working on building a very ridiculous Predator 224 build. So it's basically a 212 with a stroker kit out of the factory. I think they're rated at 6.6 horsepower, and I have put a 265 cam in it, 38 degrees of timing advance in total, I believe. But a 265 cam with a 1-to-2 ratio rocker. So with that math, it is actually a 0.318 lift. A bunch of billet parts, flat top piston. I was using a 30 millimeter slide carb, but it just is not pumping enough fuel, so I went that. So I've made this mistake multiple times trying to figure out a good slide carb. I'm done. I've had much better luck with just rejetting and blueprinting stock carbs myself, so that is what I'm going to be doing from now on. It seems much safer either way. And one of those stick, you just hit it once or twice with your hand and it'll reset and close the butterfly, but slide carbs, especially the tube slide carbs like the VM22s, nah, those things are dangerous. Was stuck full throttle 2 separate occasions on motors that were more like 3 or 4 occasions on go-kart motors that were capable of 60 plus. Being stuck full throttle like that is, one, not safe for you, but also not safe for the motor that you just put, $400, $500 into. Ooh. I outbraked him. But yeah, I'm gonna start just building my own carbs. I've pretty much torn my pectoral muscle or gotten really close to it. I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere along there. So like since then, I've just been in so much damn pain. Usually it's my shoulder that takes the brunt of pull starting a motor like that, but no, this time it's just straight pectoral through here. If I didn't tear it, I pulled it, that's for sure. But this motor, I just could not, it would try to start, but it would not stay running. It would fire maybe 2 revs, and then that was it. And to use it like that, I would pretty much have to get an electric start and hope to God that I don't break the crankshaft whenever it tries to fire off on the starter. But yeah, I went and jetted the original 224 carb that came with it, which is just a normal 212 carb, but just a slightly bigger jet, I think. It's like, according to them, a 75 jet, which in Honda terms, that's similar to like a 32 or a 33, I think. But I threw a 38 jet in it because it's the biggest jet I have for those carbs. Fired up in 2 pulls. Motor is definitely pushing 20 to 22 horsepower on a 6.6 horsepower stock block. Ooh, I almost crashed myself there. Yeah, I've got to heat cycle it a few times, change the braking oil, relash the valves once or twice, I think. I didn't go through the proper braking period originally, but the first time I used those rockers, but I was also told that it was a zero lash setup. It is not. You go to 5 thousandths, you heat cycle it, and then you relash them. And you relash them until they hold that adjustment. And that is probably what destroyed the yellow motor. In fact, now that I think about it, I gotta go check and see what carb is on the yellow motor because it's oh wait, no. I destroyed the rod. That's right. Destroyed the rod bearings. There's still good parts in there. Could probably reuse them. Bigfoot is really giving me a run for my money here. It looks like we're coming up on 2 of the VRS drivers, not just Richard Tinkle. Dive bomb? Nah, I had to get really off the gas there because I was about to come up the track, and he got the outside run. Wow. About to turn into a demolition derby. He braked very early right there. Clear myself. We're already within 20 to go, so we really need to make a move here. I just hope that he goes around Kelly instead of getting held up by her, because that's going to cause more problems than help. Come on, get on the throttle. I'm going to destroy his bumper by the end of the race. I have to race him hard because he has got a 100% aggression. Also got pretty high optimism too. You can see whenever I get into his bumper like that, he holds it together. Ugh, I thought I could get lower than that. He tried to block me there. I'm not set up for a dive. Like, I really have to calculate my moves here. I think I got it right there. New leader. It looks like we are good on engine temp, because I have been hitting the chip quite a lot. He backed off pretty good there. Really don't know what that's about, because when he was in front of me, he was going the same speed as me most of the time. Just like right there whenever we started making contact, he started kind of lifting earlier and taking slightly different line. Might have killed the tires and all of that mess. So it seems to be a little bit tight. Hitting that chip. That rip dip tater chip. Ripping around Daytona like like, like a bald eagle. I think Cletus will definitely be running at least a part-time schedule next year. Appears that I have left Bigfoot. I kind of wish I had wrecked him just to give Jester a better chance of getting up in points because I don't know where he's at. Y'all can see where he is on screen. I can't. I mean, I could, but I don't like messing with the black box while I'm driving, especially on short tracks. It's one thing when you're at Daytona because you actually have time on the backstretch to do that, but reaching the back of the field, it looks like Kelly and Buddy Guy are both back there. 6 to go this time by. That wall is irregularly shaped and I've never noticed it. It's like we're going from a 4-lane track to a 3-lane track very slowly. So you got all this room up here and then I got to go back down here. I've pretty much left Bigfoot. Yeah, get out of my way, woman. The question is, will we get to Buddy Guy? White flag, sponsored by Credit One Spank. Ooh, went a little bit hot in there. And we bring it home. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I mean, just what we needed, another win, right? I think the last few races, I'm going to crank these guys up a little bit higher. Final results from New Smyrna. I get the win, Bigfoot second, Buzzard in third, Creetzer in fourth, Cody Anderson fifth, Bubba Ray in sixth, Runner in seventh, Cowboy in eighth, Brody Gator ninth, Jester rounds out the top 10, followed by Ethan Eckert, Shadow Snake, Jackal, Duran, Buddy Guy, Richard Tinkle, and Kelly Bitchtits.